Welcome everyone to Gamer Melt. Today, both Nvidia and Newegg respond to the RTX 3080 shortages, 20GB RTX 3080 confirmed, even more RX 6000 images, and the RX 6700 XT, 6800 XT, and 6900 XT performance could actually beat Nvidia. Okay, it's news time, and first up for today, if you followed the channel, you know I did a story not long ago about Nvidia's RTX 3000 series potentially being low on stock until next year. Since then, I've been trying to stay up to date on when they're releasing, so definitely subscribe and follow me on Twitter if you want to know about the future cards. Anyway, unfortunately, it looks like it may have been true. At least for now, as tons of retailers ran out of stock mere minutes after the release. It's actually been so bad that Nvidia and Newegg issued a statement. Unfortunately, they don't give us much except that they had a ton of traffic, with Newegg stating that they got more than on Black Friday. Oh, and both Nvidia and Newegg are trying to stop bots and scalpers. Hopefully they get more in stock soon, but if that earlier rumor is right, it may be a while before things are completely in stock long term. Of course, being able to afford all the new hardware is another story, and that's where today's sponsor comes in, Finimize, the investment app that gives you all the information and tools you need to take charge of your finances. From exclusive interviews or Q&As to deep dives into the most influential companies, industries, and economic theories, Finimize helps you invest like a pro. Not only that, but they also have daily audio or text briefs that give you all that day's biggest financial news in just 7 minutes. Plus, Finimize has a vibrant community of investors to help you moving forward. So what are you waiting for? Start your financial journey by visiting the link in the description, and you'll get a 7-day free trial and 20% off the annual premium with Finimize today. Now, if you didn't get a chance to get a 3080 just yet, it may be good, as we have a couple stories that essentially confirms the 20GB RTX 3080. First, Nvidia basically confirms it with the newly released white paper. As you can see, the RTX 3080 is the only model that lists memory configuration, meaning Nvidia definitely has more versions coming. That doesn't necessarily confirm the specific 20GB model, of course, but in the second story, we do get full confirmation from Gigabyte. In the story, Gigabyte has released a website for redeeming Watchdog Legion's code, and in it, they actually list multiple GPUs that haven't been announced. Starting things off, you can in fact see the 20GB RTX 3080, but not only that, they also show a 16GB 3070, and it confirms the 3060 comes with 8GB. At the end of the day, this mostly just confirms what was already rumored, but it certainly helps to solidify it. Next up, we have a bit of an update to an earlier story. In it, AMD shared an image of their upcoming RX 6000 GPUs. Well, shortly after I posted that video, or like minutes before, I'm not sure, but they were both really close. Jay's 2 Cents released a video that's got even more images that were leaked to him. Not only that, but around a day later, Red Gaming Tech shared even more images. And get this, they look to be from the same leaker. As you can see, it's on basically the same foam pad as well as a similar table. And with the renders, it almost seems like this was a controlled leak. Either way, the GPU shows 2 models, a triple fan model as well as a dual fan version, with Jay's 2 Cents speculating on a 6900, then 6800, or 6700, or maybe both. Lastly for today, I'm really excited to talk about this story on AMD's upcoming RX 6000 GPUs. But I do want to discuss a couple things first. Up until now, the most recent story on the RX 6000 performance came from Igor's lab. In the video, which I confirmed with multiple German speakers, Igor essentially states that Big Navi will be about between the RTX 3070 and 3080's performance, or potentially challenge the 3080 itself. He claimed it mostly depends on how much power draw AMD wants to use. Now, while Igor's lab is very trustworthy, he seemed to get it from rumors that he's been hearing. It also sounds almost like it's one card, while we know based on the last story that there are at least 2. Maybe that's why it wasn't in the actual article write-up, I don't know. Either way, this brings me to today's story. In a video from Red Gaming Tech that's a few days old now, as well as a follow-up to the same video and article from where he goes over the images of the RX 6000 cards, he also goes over specs and performance from a few sources. Now, according to Red Gaming Tech, the main source has so far been 100% accurate on AMD related leaks, though we won't say what those leaks are. Still, that makes me listen. So yeah, with all of that out of the way, let's go over it. Starting things off, Red Gaming Tech shares that there are 3 cards. The RX 6900 XT, 6800 XT, though he's a bit conflicted there, and the 6700 XT. Also, he's not sure whether there will be XT and non-XT models. Regardless, he claims that AMD anticipated Nvidia's Ampere performance, and that the 3 cards will challenge Nvidia's equivalent GPUs. And yes, I'm talking the RTX 3090 as well, and they achieved that by a couple things. For one, the 6900 does allegedly have the ADCUs that we saw a little while back. That's double the cores of the 5700 XT, but of course that wouldn't be enough alone to challenge the 3090. Well, according to Red Gaming Tech, it also comes with a whopping 128 megabytes of cache. That's huge, and it apparently helps AMD to compensate for not having faster GDDR6X memory. That could also explain the recently leaked information on the PCB, where the user claims a small 256-bit memory bus. Oh, and that PCB now seems to line up perfectly with the newly leaked shroud. Not only that, but in the newer video, he explains that the clocks are far higher than the 5700 XT, similar to the PS5. So we're talking from the 1700 MHz range to over 2200 MHz. That's nearly 30% faster, and coupled with the doubling of cores, this actually may challenge the 3090. Maybe. And if AMD can actually pull it off, I don't know. Let's just say I'm definitely getting excited. To have AMD challenge Nvidia down their full product stack would be huge. Of course, this is just one source, and others have said differently. But let's just say, there's a chance. So while that does it for today, do you think Big Navi can beat the RTX 3000 series, or is it doomed to fail? Let me know down in the comments below. And a huge thanks to today's sponsor, Finimize. And as always, have a great day.